This is a brand new year and it's a brand new me. No, my hair is still pink. This is just a wig. But you know what? I curled her. I'm gonna give her a haircut and I think she looks great. So let me know if you agree. If you don't, then please don't let me know. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina, aka your girl Neens. If you are new here, then welcome. 2018 was a huge year for me. I graduated school. I moved into my own apartment with my boyfriend. I became financially independent, which is incredible. Probably like my biggest goal of like after finishing college, so really happy about that. And I'm also doing YouTube full-time, so it's a lot. It was a lot of adjusting, but I have compiled an amazing list of tips and tricks of things that I have found that really help me make my life easier, more productive, so that you can go hustle, make that money, and just like overall generally be happier, more organized, like a better person. I know you guys have been requesting this video for a while. It's just you gotta go out there and live your life so that you can make the kind of content that we like. Like if you're just constantly producing stuff all of the time, then it's not gonna be that great because you're not actually living. So I had to go and live and find out what worked for me so I could share it with you. So I'm gonna share with you what has worked. Number one, turn off your notifications. So I found this to be the most helpful, kind of with figuring out a work-life balance. In the morning, I would check my phone to check what time it was, and then I would see all of these notifications and then stress about them. And then like dread getting out of bed. And I would start work even though I hadn't even gotten out of my bed, and that was really bad. I didn't realize how bad it was for my mental health because I would start my morning stressed, and then I would kind of feel like, oh my god, I have all of these different things to do, and I wasn't really starting my day on my terms, if that makes sense. The only things I get notified about are text messages, and everything else I have to go into the app to actually read it, which I really like because regardless, I'm still gonna check my email and my Instagram every single morning, but then at least I'm doing it when I'm like sitting down and I'm ready for it. So control your notifications, even if you can't turn off all of them, at least try to manage some of them so that you can start your workday when you want to start it. Number two, organize your inbox. I really don't like when things are cluttered, whether that's my physical space or my online space. I subscribed to so many places, and I still do, because usually it's like that, like, oh, subscribe and then get 10% off, and I'll do that, and then I just like won't remember to unsubscribe later. But do it because it just clutters up your inbox, and then once you actually unsubscribe from everything, then like everything that's in your inbox is actually stuff that's important. I use this application called Airmail, and it's on my desktop computer and on my phone, but it is the best thing ever. I have 3 emails that I should be checking every single day: my personal, my work for like Instagram and YouTube, and then also for our cereal business. And so I have all 3 of those emails logged in at the same time on this app, and I can see everything in one inbox, and it is the nicest thing ever. Like if you have multiple emails, then I highly recommend you get it. I think you have to pay for it. It's like $5, but it's so worth it. Number 3, use a calendar. So if you're in school, then I'm sure you're used to the idea of an agenda, and I used my agenda religiously when I was in school, and then after I stopped school, I kind of just didn't have a calendar. I would just store all of my dates and my appointments and meetings and stuff in my head, and that was just awful. I would double book people all the time. I wouldn't actually be able to gauge how busy I was that week, and now I just use the calendar app in my phone. So if you have an iPhone, then you have the calendar app, and it actually is really great because it will show you everything you need to do in that day, and then you can also look at the month. And I personally really like how it's set up because I can see my month at a glance and see if it's a really busy month, if it's a really busy week, and then each day it kind of like lists everything like when you have it throughout the day, like in chronological order. So use a calendar or agenda or whatever you find works for you, but use something, because stop double booking people in 2019. I did way too much of that last year. Number 4, make a to-do list every single morning. After you kind of like brush your teeth and like eat some food, whatever, then sit down and make a to-do list. So I tried doing it physically, like in a journal or a notebook, and for me, I couldn't remember to bring it around. I just wouldn't use it that often. So I found this app. It's called Todoist. I think you might have to pay for it. It might be like $2 or something like that. But again, it works really well. I use it every single day, and it can organize it based on like today, tomorrow, like the rest of your week. And then also you have little like categories or projects. And so I have personal, work, and then like YouTube ideas I have listed in there too. For me, I just found that I really needed that structure or some direction so that I wasn't just like adrift every day and like watching Netflix, which I do most days. Number 5, limit your social media usage. This is kind of contradictory because I have a whole career that's built off of social media, but really only on like Instagram or YouTube when I'm posting stuff, and then every now and then like people will DM me and I'll reply. But I try to limit like how much I just scroll through, especially with stories. Man, you can get stuck in stories for like so long. Listen to that voice that tells you to stop scrolling, to like go get up and do something else. Like overall, just be mindful of how much energy you're giving to social media or how much value you're giving to it, because you might not actually realize how much it's affecting your life or your mood until you take a step back and distance yourself from it. Number 6, never put off anything that takes more than a minute. So I learned this from one of my friends a couple years back, and it is honestly life-changing. It's so simple. So I use this mantra the most when it comes to washing the dishes, folding your clothes after you try it on, folding your clothes after you come home. And ever since I started actually doing things in a timely manner, then my house is a lot cleaner, and having a clean home goes such a long way. I am a million times more productive when my surroundings are clean, because if I'm like sitting down working and I also don't really want to be working and I see that like something's dirty, I'll like get up and clean it, I'll like get up and do this. Whereas when everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, then you can actually just sit down, relax, and do your work. Number 7, work out and eat better. This is probably one of the hardest things for me to do. I will eat whatever I want to eat when I want to eat it. I never adhere to like any type of diet, but it's really hard for me to get fit and stay fit. If you're someone like me who like never works out and eats whatever they want whenever they want, and you really want to kind of change, then you have to start small. You can't just automatically jump into a diet or jump into like this rigorous workout routine and expect that you're gonna stick with it. You won't. And so what I started to do is just like try to limit your snacking. And with working out, I downloaded an app and it's called Keep Trainer, and it actually works really well. You choose like how often you want to work out and like your levels and everything. It gives you these workouts to do every single day, and then you have a couple rest days. And I really like that because it's kind of like my agenda, where every single day I kind of have something to do or not, and it just does it for you instead of having an app and then you open it when you want to. So this way, like I just get in like a 15-minute workout. It just helps me like start working it into a routine. So even though it's like such a huge struggle, I do find that when I eat better and when I actually do a little bit of working out, I feel like I already accomplished something, and then it really helps me with kind of getting the ball rolling and like me being more productive doing like actual work. Number 8, hang out with similar people. I think that it's absolutely fair if you have friends that are outside of your interests or outside of your work, but I really started to be more productive, more creative when I surrounded myself with people that were doing similar work. A lot of my friends now are either other influencers, photographers, or just general creatives, and like Dayon is a graphic designer. When I didn't know as many creatives, then I felt a lot more alone. I don't think it's absolutely crucial, and I'm not saying that you should limit your friend group to just people that do your line of work, because you need to also have people that expand your like world. So people that work in other industries, have different types of jobs, but you should also have people that understand what it is that you're going through. So get a mix, get a good mix. Number 9, get your finances in order. I would start with downloading your bank apps. I didn't have my bank app on my phone for the longest time, and I don't know why, because it's actually so easy to download, and then you can check your account balance at literally any time. Have an understanding of like how much money is in your checkings, your savings, like your goals, and then that way you can work towards like saving up and then invest your money. I do not know anything about investing, so I will not talk about it because I would just give you wrong information. But I am now at a point in my life where I have money to invest, and I am trying to figure it out. So before I got to do all of that, or like before I got to this step, I really had to get my finances in order. So that just means like good spending habits. So how much you're spending, if you should be saving more, if you spend way too much money going clubbing, things like that. It's like a good reality check. Number 10, organize your whole computer. This is a tall order, I know, for some people, depending on how long you've had your computer for. Kind of similar to your inbox. Having like a cluttered desktop, having a cluttered computer, even like your photos. It really, for me, maybe this is not for everybody, but for me, it really causes me stress. It just makes me feel like I don't know where anything is, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't need that's weighing me down. And this could be a metaphor for your actual real life outside of just your computer. So yes, declutter your computer, go through all of your files, delete like stuff from middle school that you don't need, but don't delete the photos. You always keep the photos, remember that. Clean up your desktop, make folders, organize things. Small organizational steps really helps you to organize your life, like outside of your devices. Same thing, like if you have people that are cluttering up your life, if you have like a job that you really don't like this is the year to get rid of all of that. Like 2019 is the year of doing, and you should only be doing things that serve you. Hang out with people that serve you. Serving you is like if they don't bring you happiness, if they just bring negative energy into your life all the time, if they're constantly judging you, if they keep saying that they support you yet you really don't see it, or people in your life that are trying to hold you back from growing and from changing, then those are the people that you need to get rid of, because you are going to change, you're going to evolve, you're going to explore and become who you are. And if you have people that are keeping you a certain way that makes you unhappy, then that's really something that you would want to reevaluate. So all of that being said, I hope that these tips were helpful. Let me know down below if you have your own tips and tricks to share with other people, because a lot of these I've learned from other people. Like I didn't just develop them in my mind. Some of them I have, but for the most part, like other people have told me this is what worked for them, and then I'm now sharing it with you. So yes, if you have anything, share it down below. As always, I hope you have a beautiful day. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at yourgirlneens. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!